The next step was set up based on two different things. The first being to help people that suffer in silence after a road traffic accident, to offer them a form of counselling, an informal form of counselling to get them to open up and not suffer in silence. The second was to go into schools, colleges, and tell my story about road safety, about when they're just about to get in cars, and hopefully to inspire people at the same time. In September 1999, when I was just 17, I was involved in a road traffic accident where we were leaving school on a free period, and we were driving down a crunchy lane doing 50 miles an hour, and an old gentleman just was pulling into his driveway, and he pulled out in front of us, and we crashed into him and then deflected off him and then hit a tree. So in the aftermath, I got given a very large compensation package, which at the age of 21 when I got it, I couldn't deal with it. I suffered in silence, and without realising, now I'm 34, looking back, I was severely depressed, I had anxiety, I had anger issues, I drank way too much. I actually made every mistake in the book. I went out and spent money like there was no tomorrow because I didn't understand what was actually happening to me. And it's took me a lot of years to get to where I am now, where I can feel that I can help other people. I was never offered any form of counselling whatsoever. Usually after a road traffic accident, families think that you just slip straight back into it, but you're suffering from anxiety, like I mentioned before, anger issues, tearfulness, sleepless nights, and so many more. But if a family or friends have not been through a trauma of a road traffic accident, they don't understand. They think just because you look all right physically, they think you're fine and you're just going to slip back into and that happened to me. People didn't actually see that I was disabled, and I was suffering from a lot of issues where people didn't realise, and I didn't speak up. I didn't say, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. So now I want to help people in those circumstances where a family member or a counsellor or anybody who hasn't been in a road traffic trauma, they don't know what it's like to have the prognosis of not being able to maybe never walk again, to be laid there having your catheter changed by a male, female doctor when you're going through the changes in life anyway. Really embarrassing situations that I would hate for another young person to be going through. So now I want to offer my services to those young people to let them know that I've been through that. I've been through all those embarrassing situations, and they can take comfort knowing the fact that I've been through that. I offer and mentor young people to get their lives back on track after the road traffic accident. It's a very informal way of getting to know the person, and they get to know me, like I said before, about I've been through the same situation, so they can relate to it. So I help them get their lives back on track and not make the same mistakes as I made back then, whether it's to get them back involved in some kind of sports, disability sports, help them with the benefits, help them get over their anxiety. Simple things just by walking down the street with them, let them knowing that I've been through the same thing and not to be embarrassed. I went through embarrassing situations where I was afraid to walk down the street. I was ashamed to be in a wheelchair, and there's nothing actually to be ashamed of. But when you're going through that change, you are a bit embarrassed and everything. So it's to make sure their lives stay on track and not, like I said, make the mistakes I once made.